Good day, everyone. I'm Jessamine Madudano, and I'm going to discuss today the approaches to curriculum design. Okay, before we go further, let's deal with the types of curriculum design models. So let's start with subject-centered design. This is a curriculum design that focuses on the content of the curriculum. This corresponds mostly to the textbooks because textbooks are usually written based on the specific subject or course. Subject-centered design is further divided into four: the subject design, discipline design, correlation design, and broad field design or interdisciplinary. The first one we have subject design. This is the oldest and so far the most familiar design for teachers, parents, and other laymen. The drawback of this design is that sometimes learning is so compartmentalized. It stresses so much the content and forgets about students' natural tendencies, interests, and experiences. Second, we have discipline design. This is related to subject design. However, while subject design centers only to the cluster of content, discipline design focuses on academic disciplines. Discipline refers to specific knowledge learned through a method which the scholars use to study a specific content of their fields. And third is correlation design. Coming from a core, correlated curriculum design links separate subject designs in order to reduce fragmentation. Subjects are related to one another and stimulation their identity. Fourth one is broad field design or interdisciplinary. This design was made to cure compartmentalization of the separate subjects and integrate the contents that are related to one another, sometimes called holistic curriculum. Broad fields draw around themes and integration. If subject-centered design is the traditional one, the learner-centered design upholds progressivism. Here are some examples of curriculum designs which are learner-centered. The first one we have child-centered design. The design is often attributed to the influence of John Dewey, Rousseau, Pestalozzi, and Froebel. This curriculum design is anchored on the needs and interests of the child. The learner is not considered a passive individual, but one who engages with his or her environment. One learns by doing. And the second, we have experience-centered design. Experience-centered design believes that the interests and the needs of learners cannot be pre-planned. Instead, experiences of the learners become the starting point of the curriculum. Thus, the school environment is left open and free. Learners are made to choose from various activities that the teachers provides. The learners are empowered to shape their own learning from different opportunities given by the teacher. And the third is humanistic design. The key influence in this curriculum design is Abraham Maslow and Carl Rogers. The development of the self is the ultimate objective of learning. It stresses the whole person and the integration of thinking, feeling, and doing. It considers the cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domains to be interconnected and must be addressed in the curriculum. Number 3. Problem-centered design. Generally, this design on social problems, needs, interests, and abilities of the learners. In this curriculum, contents cuts across subject boundaries and must be based on the needs, concerns, and abilities of the students. The two examples are given for problem-centered design curriculum. We have life situation design and core problem design. Number 1, life situation design. The contents of this design are organized in ways that allow students to dearly view problems areas. It uses the past and present experiences of learners as a means to analyze the basic areas of living. As a starting point, the pressing immediate problems of the society and the students' existing concerns are utilized. And we have number 2, core problem design. It centers on general education and the problems are based on the common human activities. The central focus of the core design includes common needs, problems, and concerns of the learners. So those are some examples of curriculum designs. We are going to proceed to the approaches to curriculum design. So there are 3. The child or learner-centered approach, the subject-centered approach, and the problem-centered approach. The child or learner-centered approach, this approach to curriculum design is based on the underlying philosophy that the child or the learner is the center of the educational process. It means that the curriculum is constructed based on needs, interests, purposes, and abilities of the learners. The curriculum also builds upon the learner's knowledge, skills, previous learnings, and potential. Second, subject-centered approach. This is anchored on a curriculum design which prescribes separate, distinct subjects for every educational level. Basic education, higher education, or vocational technical education. So this approach considers the following principles. The first one, the primary focus is the subject matter. Second, the emphasis is on bits and pieces of information which may be detached from life. Third, the subject matter serves as a means of identifying problems of living. Fourth, learning means accumulation of content or knowledge. Fifth, we have teacher's role is to dispense the content. When we say dispense the content, it means give the content to the learners. Number 3, problem-centered approach. This approach is based on a design which assumes that in the process of living, children experience problems. Thus, problem solving enables the learners to become increasingly able to achieve complete or total developments as individuals. Okay, so that's all. I hope that you learned something.